Hello everyone, it's Curtis Watson back in Star Trek Online, and I forget what the mission I've been assigned is about, so I'll just read it here. Starfleet Intelligence has decoded the list of Riemann targets that you recovered from the vault. I need you to investigate one of these locations and determine why Obisek and his forces planned an attack there. The the Fihar system is still technically part of the Romulan Star Empire, but Ferengi speculators have moved in, and the Empress has done nothing to remove them. The Ferengi have reopened the mines and are now doing business with anyone with latinum. Go to the Fihar system under the pretense of negotiating a possible trade agreement with the Federation. Talk to Madran, the operator of the mines. Convince them to allow you access, find out all you can. Once we know why Obisek and the Riemanns are targeting these mines, then we will be able to decide how to proceed. And we are already in the Fihar system, so let's begin. Captain, the Riemanns were targeting a magnesite mine in this area, but the list we recovered didn't have its exact coordinates. I know we're in the right area, but all of the moons in this system are inhabited, and our sensors are being affected by the magnesite. We'll need to contact each moon to try to determine which one the Riemanns were actually targeting. Alright then, just a matter of searching each one one at a time. Uh-oh. Something tells me these guys aren't particularly happy. Bring us about. Launch fighters. Oh, boarding parties. I forgot I could do that. For such a big ship, this thing turns pretty darn well. I really do like this ship. Alright, so this moon wasn't where we need to look. The Orions have it pretty well locked down. We'll evade those asteroids. Let's try whatever one this is. It's either Leoa or Koal. Okay, it's Leoa. No solicitors, beggars, or Starfleet allowed. They're not very hospitable around here, are they? This is a dangerous area, and it's only gotten worse since the destruction of Romulus. It might be difficult to get someone to trust us. I agree, Terrell. Ferengi. Hello, my good friends. I'm so happy to meet you. Perhaps you're in the market for some high-quality magnesite? We have the finest ore in the quadrant. On behalf of the miners and residents here, I'm more than happy to welcome you to our home. Please, transport to the surface. Unfortunately, the large amounts of extremely pure magnesite, ore in the core of our little world, will interfere with your sensors. For safety reasons, I must insist that you use the transporter signal enhancers that I have installed at my own expense. Also, I know you Starfleet types are so fond of your away teams, but could you please restrict the number of crew you bring down to the surface? My people here aren't used to strangers, and you wouldn't want to disrupt their work, would you? We're ready to beam down on your command, Captain. Go ahead and let's beam down. here we are. Oh, Romulans. Let's just not distract them. Have you seen my brother? Well, maybe I can help. How long has he been missing? I last saw him 2 days ago. Madran assigned both of us to work in the upper level of the mine. Toshin's drill bit broke and he needed a new one. I know I should have went with him. It's not safe to be in the mine alone. Now he's gone. Is there anything else I should know? If you go into the mine, watch for the silver spheres. There are creatures in the dark. Devils. They are made of stone. Nothing can hurt them, and their touch burns. I have seen them moving around in the tunnels. Anywhere you see the silver spheres, the monsters are not far away. Alright then. Interesting, a Romulan asking for help. From me, no less. Ah, Madran. On behalf of everyone on this forsaken rock, let me be the first to welcome you to Fahar. As you can see, we don't have time for pleasantries, and I'm not sharing my Tranya stash with you. So why don't we skip the chit-chat and get down to business? Of course. I've heard you're an excellent source of magnesite. What makes your mine better than the others in the sector? Unfortunately, I cannot call this mine my own. I'm just a middleman. Out of the goodness of my heart, I help the residents here pass on the products of their hard work to commercial entities such as yourself. The minuscule transaction fee and trade tariff I keep to offset my expenses is figured into the unit cost of the ore. My operation has become one of the best in the area because of the high demand for my services from both sides. I provide the best mining equipment and supplies in the sector to the miners, while my customers get competitive pricing on the ore they need. Do you have any more information about the mines themselves? I don't pay much attention to that. Miners have empty carts and they return with ones filled with ore. If you're that interested, you could visit the mines themselves, but I don't recommend it. It's such a dirty, disagreeable business, and I'm convinced that breathing ore dust for too long is terrible for you. The miners who lived near my quarters used to keep me up night after night with their dreadful coughing. I had to install soundproofing just to get some sleep. Are you sure you wouldn't rather look at the ore I have for sale? Thanks, but I'd like to talk to the miners first. Really? Suit yourself. Just remember, I have an exclusive contract to export magnesite ore from this moon. If you try to cut me out of your deals, you'll regret it. I just have a few questions before we conduct any business. I'll be back when I'm done. Madran won't answer any questions about why the Remans might be targeting this place for fear of scaring us away from a possible sale. Perhaps if we ask some of the locals about what's going on here, they'll be able to provide more information. Good thinking, Elisa. We did speak to one, the one who told us about his brother. What the heck? Hey! No! Stop scanning! Elisa, help me out! Oh, that's not helpful. That Romulan wasn't particularly happy about me being on her planet. What about this surveyor? I'm sorry, I can't really talk at the moment. I have to finish a survey of the area so the miners can start work on a new mine shaft. Is there anything I can do to help? As much as I'd appreciate someone else to lug around this heavy equipment, it's all very delicate and I'd only trust a capable scientist to help me. If I encounter someone who can help, I'll send them your way. Should have brought Tavrel. No offense, Eliza. Joel untrue, stranger. What can you tell me about this area? Stay in the settlement, don't go down into the mine, and whatever you do, don't leave this area. I do not wish you harm, stranger, and there are many dangers here. There is a group, they rule the mine, and they are dangerous. Even Madran fears them. If you avoid them, they will ignore you. Defy them, and they will turn on you. Last week a good man died because he would not give them what they wanted. He was not the first. There are many monsters on this moon that you would be wise to avoid. Outside of the settlement there are packs of wild animals. If you take a warrigal from its mother when it is very young, it can be tamed. If you wait too long, they are savage. Packs of wild warrigal roam the edges of our settlement. Often they prowl the refuse piles looking for scraps of food. A pack of warrigal can kill even a strong man. You must be careful when you are in their territory. And they are not the only monsters here. The miners tell stories about creatures made of stone who can burn you to cinders. I have not seen one of these creatures myself, but I know that many people who enter the mine do not leave it. Have you seen anyone suspicious around here? You are the first outsider I have seen in a long time. There is no reason for anyone to want to come here. What can you tell me about Madran? He charges us too much and pays too little. He is like everyone else in this world, out for himself. But he doesn't let us starve, and if a child needs medicine, they get it. Many here grumble and hate him, but I cannot. If I were in his position, and his life was in my hands, can I say that I would act differently than he does? Have you always lived here? My family and I have been here all of our lives. It's a hard life, but it is all I know. My mother used to tell me tales of the home world. She'd talk about the plazas in Rateg, or vacations she spent with her father on the shores of the Apnek Sea. And she would tell me about my father, who gave up his place in the military evacuation ship so she could live. He never knew he had a child. She would tell me these stories, and later, when she thought I was asleep, she would cry. Well, thank you for your time. Let's keep going, Eliza. There are other people we have to talk to. We don't see strangers here very often. What do you want? Tell me about your life here. What can I say? We exist. I mine because there is nothing but rocks on this forsaken planet. If I am lucky, I dig enough ore to make my quota, and Madran pays me. If he pays me, I can eat and have a warm place to sleep. If we don't make our quotas, there's nothing. Even if I do have latinum, most of it goes to Madran to pay my debts, and the rest he takes in exchange for the supplies he imports. I would leave, but I owe too much to Madran to ever earn enough to buy my passage off this place. Besides, where would I go? What do you think of Madran? Every morning, the first thing I do when I wake is curse that Ferengi's name. Madran found this moon about 2 years after the destruction of the home world. Most of our equipment was broken or useless. The supplies were gone, and we were starving. After some negotiations, Madran had his contracts, and we had food. We're supposed to be working with him, but he's the only one who benefits from our labor. Madran owns the only working ship here, so no supplies come in without him. He negotiates all of the ore contracts, so most of the latinum goes into his pocket. And he sets the prices for food, medicine, and equipment, so everyone here owes him more than we can ever repay. He owns us now. I hate him for that, but I can't live without him. Do you get help from the Empire? The Empire? Ha! What Empire? Our Empire turned to dust with the loss of the home world. If you're rich or in the military, then maybe there is something. I hear that the people in Sela's shining city and the Ratter system live quite well, as long as they obey her commands. For the rest of us, there is nothing but dust and regrets. I don't know about this, but let's try it. The Federation has sent aid. We want to help all Romulans. I have heard this, but I have not seen that it is true. Are you going to go to every Romulan on every world and hand them bread? Because that is the only way you can help all of us. The strong take from the weak. Sela and her ships are strong. The Tal Shiar is strong. Your aid goes to fill their bellies and heal their wounds, Starfleet, not mine. Alright. That is rather enlightening. Oh, a bullied refugee. I can't talk to you. I can't talk to anyone. I'm on the run, and if those thugs see me talking to you, then you'll be in danger too. Is there anything I can do to help? I need someone who's not afraid of a fight. There's a group here that are beating and stealing from us. Madran doesn't do anything to stop us. To stop it. For all I know, he's getting a cut of everything they take. They're making life miserable for all of us. Would you be willing to help? Count me in. There's a group of bullies that have been stealing from us. If we don't give them what they want, they beat us. I had a friend. All he was trying to do here was feed his family, be a good man. He had an old bottle of ale. He said it was from the home world. One of those thugs wanted it. Now my friend is dead. I'm too weak to stop them. I know that. And now I have my friend's children to feed in addition to my own. But if someone were to teach them a lesson, this camp would be a better place for all of us. Really? Who's this Rai person? Or Ray, maybe? Did you need something? What are you doing here? It's a long story. After the destruction of Romulus, I joined a group of colonists looking for a new place to settle. We chose to form a new agrarian community on Viranet, a pastoral world on the edge of Romulan space. Our colony was attacked and destroyed. I managed to evade the attackers and get off-world with a small group of people. My luck ran out here, and I've been stuck ever since. What kind of work did you do? I'm a biochemist by trade. I specialize in hemocyanin, a division of hematology working with copper-based blood. On Viranet, I handled a lot of issues related to food compatibility and local biochemistry. These days, I mostly handle minor medical issues and nutritional deficiencies for the people living here. I've managed to stay out of debt, but I can't afford passage off this moon, and I don't know how long that will last. Have you heard of anything strange locally? This whole mining facility is nothing but strange. That Ferengi Madran rides everyone hard to make a profit, but just when it looks like things will get too bad, he turns around and does something generous. Folks have occasionally disappeared, and not by leaving on a ship. People here for weeks or months will suddenly vanish. People talk about seeing strange things or being kept out of parts of the mine by the guards. There's something deeper in those mines, I'm sure of it. Interesting. Well, here's some of those thugs. Take them out. I think there's just a couple others. There's two more groups of thugs. And there's one of them. Charging in with my sword. Hiya. Ow. Hiya. Might help to get close, Curtis. Okay, this isn't working. Oh, wait, I hit him. Got one. Gah. Got him. Oh, there's another medic. I guess Elisa has the ability to summon medics. Thank you. Those guys have been giving everyone a lot of trouble. These thugs are part of a larger group that operates deep inside the magnesite mine. They control the lower levels, and no one who goes down there uninvited ever comes back. I don't know what's so important down there that it's worth hurting to us to protect it. Maybe if you went down there, you could get some answers. Well, I'm glad I could help someone here. But that's all I can do, I'm afraid. Come on, Elisa. Let's go talk to Madran. Madran? You want to go into the mine? Are you really interested in buying any magnesite, or are you just here to cause trouble? Because if it's the latter, I know someplace you can start a little ruckus. There's a gang that controls the bottom levels of the mine. They won't even let me in there. Previously, I allowed them to keep their little kingdom in exchange for information, but lately they've been more trouble than they're worth, and the intel they're feeding me is useless. Honestly, who doesn't know about the Breen invasion of Deferi space? I'll take that information to heart. Looks like it's time to explore the magnesite mine. Come on, Eliza. Here we are. Alright, here we are. Let's see what we can find down here. Area is restricted. Kill or talk your way past the Romulan guard. Uh-oh. Server's not responding. That's not good. Son of a... Oh, okay. We're back. Good. Now let's see if we can't talk to the Romulan guard. What do you wish? I'd like to enter this area. This area is restricted. Only people my friends and I like may enter, and I don't like you. Maybe if you got to know me a little better, you'd learn to like me. You don't belong here, and I'm done talking with you. Leave now or suffer the consequences. It's been a pleasure wasting my time with you. Well, it's sad, but it has to be done. Ow, I shouldn't have gotten that close. Hiya! You just wouldn't listen. And we got a couple extra hostiles in here. Nice grenade throw, Eliza. Don't worry, we're set to stun. Even this grenade is set to stun. Alright, got them. Now let's examine this site. Captain, there are a series of pressure plates located in this area. They're low tech, but the Romulans may have had to resort to outdated security measures because of interference from the magnesite veins in this cavern. The problem is that the magnesite is making our tricorders almost useless. If there's anything on this moon that the Remans would want to eliminate badly enough to use Thalaron weapons, it has to be here. We're going to have to figure out how to use the pressure plates to reveal whatever the Romulans are trying to hide. I suspect that we need to activate 2 of them to open the door. Alright, but which ones? Here's that hidden door. Let's see what they were hiding. This doesn't look like a natural formation. Wait.
Here, Commander. You are out of line.
With all due respect, sir, there's a difference between protecting the Empire from her enemies and provoking
There is
them.
much here you do not understand, Janek. The Remans need to know their place. As do you. I will not forget your insubordination, Commander. The Tal Shiar has no place for officers who cannot follow orders. I'll be in the command center.
Colonel, they were civilians! Their blood is on our hands!
Get used to it. There will be more. Speaking of which, why don't you clean out the brig before you become a resident there?
Oh my. This isn't good. Elisa! She's unconscious. Elisa! Speak to me! Oh, thank goodness. Come on, I just unearthed, well, kicked is more accurate of the term. Guy just kicked a giant anthill. Oh boy. Well, let's start clearing them out. Wrong button, I meant to throw a grenade. The analysts in this room look completely engaged in their work. I wouldn't be surprised if we can sneak past them without being noticed. Little late for that, Eliza. True way activity. Oh. Okay, Eliza, why don't you take care of that? I'll read these. How? Observed from holofeed on Cardassia Prime. Datapa Council petitions Federation to fund Lacarian City infrastructure projects. 47 injured in bombing at University of Kulat. True Way claims responsibility for attack. Datapa Council passes bill allowing Cardassian government to seize assets of persons convicted of terrorist activity. Councillor Maram Okanda resigns. Starfleet sending advisors to Cardassia Prime to advise government on security issues. Councillor Ivala introduces resolution calling for Cardassia to apply for Federation membership. Bill stalls in committee. Ministry of Trade extends agreements with Ferengi to market Cardassian-made transport vessels in phaser banks. Borg activity. This might be good. Observed from captured holo recordings in the Delta Quadrant. Resistance is futile. Alright, that was absolutely not helpful. See if we can access these consoles from below. Nope. Just have to take them out. Tau Dua activity. Republic space. Archaeological activity indicates that a recent excavation has revealed an unexpected high-value find. Attempts to capture colonists of putative Molrehan meeting with resistance from mixed forces. Federation Starbase 234 engaging in defensive training exercises. Long-range social destabilization of Akamarian culture underway. Tholian activity correlated with temporal anomalies near Azure Nebula. I checked that out. There wasn't anything. And cloaked assets monitoring construction of listening posts in Juret system. Oh, this information is good. Rator 3. Increased power use in Royal Palace indicates that lower levels may be in use. Senator Shemek is accepting bribes in exchange for slowing progress on trade agreements. Perojan representatives meet with Sela. Riemann representative removed from Senate chamber. Opposition leader Titan assassinated. 3 reunification proponents arrested. Agents for Sela meet with True Way leaders near Badlands. Starfleet activity. Hollow feed on Earth's space dock. Captain Sulu has applied for transfer to the front lines of Klingon conflict. Admiral Quinn under medical care for heart condition. Intercepted Starfleet medical records indicate that the condition is fully treatable and not a suitable target for exploitation. Well, that's good. 7th Fleet entered neutral zone as part of a routine series of exercises. Franklin Drake heading extended operation in Eta Iridani. Starfleet Command considering new tactics in conflicts with True Way. Starfleet intelligence concerned with rise in war profiteering by independent Ferengi and Dopterians. And Klingons. Observed from holofeeds on Kronos. Chancellor Jempak facing increasing challenges from members of the High Council loyal to the House of Martok. Alliance between House of Jempak and House of Duras is weak. Situation is highly exploitable. Recommend we seek agents on Kronos. Many members of discommendated House of Torque have been absorbed into House of Duras. KDF leadership angered by High Council's mandate to work more closely with Klingon intelligence. Thekiri forces and region massing under new leadership. Milani Dion seen entering home of Drek, son of Martok. And Gorn pushed for representative on High Council rejected. Boy, the Tel Shiar are aware of a lot going on lately. Okay. I had to find a code. Where can I find a code? Maybe I missed some in here. Oh, I forgot listening post to Phaestus. Janek is fighting with Hakiv again. Hakiv takes shuttle and leaves base for 2 days. Long-range sensors mark his progress in the neutral zone. 6 miners held for questioning. Chief Medical Officer reports 2 cases of Lavodian flu. 6 encrypted messages sent from Colonel Hakiv's console to unknown recipient. Recommend that transmissions be investigated further. Yeah, they got a lot here. Alright, we might be able to find that access code in here. Restricted area. I've heard that one before. Uh-oh. I'm in trouble. Medic. Elisa. Fine, I'll just respawn.
Malfunction.
Respawn!
Malfunction.
Please. I'm hitting A button. Well, it's obvious that this game isn't going to let us continue, so I think this is where it's going to have to end for today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching. I've been Curtis Watson. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more if you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.
Set Facers to subscribe. Thank you for watching this video, and do not forget to check back for more from Watson Entertainment Media. Beam me up, Scotty.